You won't believe how good this bread pudding is until you try it. It is so warm and comforting with all the fall spices that you'll love to use. It's the perfect dessert to take to my next party. The kind of dessert that will melt in your mouth. And the creme anglaise I'm gonna show you how to make in less than 2 minutes is the perfect finishing touch for the perfect dessert. Let's get started, shall we? In a large bowl, I'm gonna crack 5 extra large eggs. Add to that half a cup of brown sugar, light brown sugar, half a cup of pure pumpkin puree, 100% pumpkin puree. I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, touch of cloves, nutmeg, and some ginger. I'll leave all the amounts to the spices and everything else I used in this recipe in the description box below, so check it out. I want to mix well and break the eggs really well. That's gonna take a minute or 2. Now I'll be adding a good amount of bourbon, a very good kind. I added about 2 tablespoons. It's gonna add so much warmth and good flavor to the bread pudding. I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of raisins. You can add more or you can add less, or you can leave them out if you don't like the flavor. The last thing I'm gonna do is add 2 2/3 cup of milk. Whole milk is most preferable. Now I'm gonna prep the pan and the bread, and since I'm taking this dessert with me somewhere, I'm using a disposable pan. Easy cleanup, and it's not gonna make any difference in the flavor. My 2 most favorite breads for this recipe is challah bread or brioche bread, French brioche. Today I'm using challah dinner rolls, and I'm using about 10 to 12 small dinner rolls. I'm gonna break the bread into smaller pieces, but first I'm gonna butter the pan very well. And here I melted 60 grams of butter. I'm gonna add a generous amount and leave the rest for later. I'm gonna top the bread pudding with it. Finish breaking the bread up. I'm gonna fill the pan generously. I used about 10 of these dinner rolls. I peel and cut up 1 large pear. I'm gonna add it in between the bread layers. Apples are good too if you don't have pears. I add a generous amount of pecans on top, about half a cup or so. You can never go wrong with pecans. And now to the final step, I'm gonna soak the bread with all this amazing custard-like mixture. Make sure the bread is soaked nicely. Drizzle the rest of the butter on top of the bread. And the last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sprinkle a touch of brown sugar on top of everything. Bake at 375-degree oven for 30 minutes. And let's make the sauce while our bread pudding bakes. And this is the easiest, quickest, most flavorful sauce you can make with this bread pudding. I'm gonna add 1 egg yolk. To that, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of sugar or 1/8 cup of sugar. A little bit of vanilla bean paste. You're gonna add 3/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. I'm gonna add a touch of bourbon, and off to the heat, I'm gonna mix very well. I'm gonna cook it over low heat, and I'm gonna keep on mixing all the time. when it comes to a boil, it's gonna thicken a little bit and it's gonna become this amazing sauce. "30 minutes later and you've got the most amazing bread pudding you can make this fall. Add some of that creme anglaise sauce on top. It is so good. I hope you give it a try soon, and please let me know if you like it in the comments box below, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my recipes, and follow me on social media. The links are going to be in the description box below, and until next time, bon appétit!